Britain's voted for Brexit. Article 50 was triggered last week, and many of us are concerned about the possibility of food prices increasing. We've surveyed a cross-section of Britain, and a worrying 70% of you expect your grocery bills to rise post-Brexit. There has never been a more important time to save your money, spend wisely and shop savvy. As a country, Britain spends more than £200 billion a year on food and drink. But not all of that gets consumed. Shockingly, the average family is throwing away the equivalent of 6 meals a week. That's £12.5 billion worth of food waste going straight into the bin. As a journalist and a mum of 3, I hate the idea that I'm wasting food and money.
This poor cucumber hasn't even been unwrapped.
So I'm going to be investigating how to get the best out of super cheap food.
28 pence per jar.
No! Showing you how to pay less and still get great taste.
There is bite to the beans, there is a balance to the flavour.
And great nutritional value so you can feed your family well without breaking the bank.
This product has about 24% less sugar.
Plus, Chef Matt Tebbutt is serving up quick, easy and delicious ways to make our food and our finances go further.
That is awesome. You actually know what you're talking about.
What's red? Together, we're gate-crashing typical family kitchens.
Welcome home.
And showing them how to save money.
Wow, bargain.
By cooking smarter.
That looks amazing.
And wasting less.
What do you think about leftover food, Archie?
I like it now.
Tonight, I'm challenging Matt to cook 5 mouth-watering meals for 5 days for under a £5.
Finding a lot of bargains in here.
And with each meal getting cheaper than the last...
There's your change. Unbelievable.
Wow.
He's got his work cut out.
£5.
All of it?
All of it.
No.
Yes.
This is Save Money, Good Food.
Harris?
Yeah?
Go get you some in stuff, please.
Meet the Thompson runners from Yorkshire. Mum, Amy, Dad, Manoj, and their 2 small mouths, Harris and Maisie.
Harris, do you want something to take with you?
Can I have all yours?
Family life is busy.
There's football, squash, the kids have football, swimming, I'm on the PTFA, travel with work. It is bonkers trying to fit everything in.
But having delicious and healthy family meals is important.
If we had a choice, we would eat nutritious, tasty, healthy food, but that's often not convenient. What's your favourite thing that I make you?
A burger.
I don't make burgers.
But like many of us, when it comes to budgets, they are clueless. And multiple trips to the supermarket every week means their budget is spiralling out of control.
I think on an average week, we'd spend about £100.
I was thinking between maybe 70, maybe a little bit more.
When I'm shopping, I'm never adding up how much I'm spending. I'm buying what I need or what I think I need and then paying for it at the checkout.
They're desperate to work out how they can save money and waste less. To work out their true spend, we've been monitoring them for 3 weeks. Receipts, shopping trips, fridge visits and bin abuse. But we're about to take our investigation onto the next stage.
Ready, Matt?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Unbeknownst to Amy and Manoj, Gran has given me the house keys to help us in our mission to change the family's shopping habits.
Amy probably does waste money like that if she's going shopping every day. Does she use it all, or does it get used once or twice and thrown?
Don't worry, Gran. We're sneaking in whilst the family are out to spot check the kitchen.
We are going to help them cut the cost of their evening meals by half. What are you doing, Matt? I've got the key.
Check this out.
We're in.
It's kind of wrong.
And we don't have much time.
We've got 2 hours to investigate their fridge, freezer, cupboards and bin.
Coat off.
And for Matt to cook them up a surprise feast with some of what we find.
You take the fridge.
What are you doing?
That leaves me with the bin.
Ha!
Lucky me.
Finding a lot of bargains in here. A lot of clearance items.
Well, that's a good way of saving
I've got...
money, isn't it?
Well, it is, but they look like they've been here a while.
And the trouble is that too many of us are making false economies by buying stuff at value, popping it in the freezer, and then not using it. They might as well have not bought it.
With 1 in 5 of us in the dark about how best to store food in the freezer, we're unwittingly wasting hundreds of pounds a year.
The evidence I'm finding here shows that this family have been stockpiling for months, even years.
The scary truth is food won't last forever in your freezer. Fatty fish is best used within 3 months, veg between 8 and 12 months, pork chops within 4 months, And bacon just a month.
What's that?
Diced onions.
See, I didn't know you could buy them.
Well, clearly you can. This pack costs £1. The same weight of loose onions would cost 29p, less than a third of the cost.
Butternut squash spaghetti. They're paying more because it's already cut and it's packaged.
How much more?
4 or 5 times more.
Wow! This pack costs £1. But if you bought a whole butternut squash, the same quantity would cost you 19p. Less than a fifth of the price.
This is something that we are all guilty of. You know, trying to cut corners by buying pre-prepared veg. Goodness me, that looks prehistoric.
This busy family are trying to save time by buying chopped veg. But not only is this more expensive in the first place, it goes off quicker and ends up in the bin, along with lots of other fresh produce.
How can we help this family use up the stuff that's fresh before they throw it away?
Well, they could turn that into a decent soup or put it through a risotto or even, you know, a pasta dish.
As a chef, of course, when you buy in fresh fruit and veg, it doesn't come with a use-by date on it, does it?
Absolutely not. I mean, look, we've got a bit of spinach and rocket here. Use by? Really? That is perfectly good, OK? But use by should be in the bin.
But this family's obsession with use-by dates is causing an eye-watering £60 worth of good food to be binned every month. Next, the cupboard.
Whoa! It's a good-looking cupboard.
We're a nation of spice hoarders. Us Brits keep £240 million worth of the stuff unused in our kitchens. There are 27 types in this cupboard alone. Is this good value, Matt?
No, very bad value.
Is it?
Yes, because, well, look, they don't need all this. They only need one. And the thing is, this will kick around for a long time. I think, help
Not
me.
if it's in your hands, it won't. I'll just put that back where it's safe.
That's not all. There are multiple bags of flour, sugar and pasta. In total, Amy and Manoj have £184 worth of store cupboard ingredients, so you could save yourself a small fortune by doing a regular store cupboard stock take.
Basically, this store cupboard is making sort of classic household errors, isn't it? They've doubled up on too much, they're buying the same thing over and over again, and they're failing to mix this lot with this lot to create better value meals.
Yeah. So how do we get over that?
You're going to show them how.
Over to me.
My challenge for Matt is to cook 5 meals for under a £5. Tonight, he's got to conjure up dinner from what we found in the kitchen, using food otherwise destined for the bin.
Yep, I'm up for it.
Over a quarter of us say we have food left over from the weekend, so Monday night is the perfect time for a quick and easy meal that uses those leftovers.
I'm rustling up this tasty, crispy Cajun chicken on a bed of jewelled couscous.
This is the key ingredient, these thighs.
We found amongst their chicken stockpile in the fridge some reduced thighs with bone in. This is a great money-saving tip if you actually use it.
So the best way to buy it was with skin on and bone in. The more the butcher does to the chicken, the more expensive it's going to be.
These cost on average £2.24 per kilo, as opposed to deboned chicken thighs costing over twice as much. All you need to do is cut the bone out and flatten it.
We think that by spending more, we're saving time in the kitchen. Does it make you feel manly doing that?
As I was saying, spending more on convenience food doesn't always save you time in the kitchen, but clever recipes do.
Next, make a coating with flour, salt, cumin and paprika, and separate the white from a couple of eggs.
But you're not going to throw those away, are you?
No, these yolks are going to go in the next dish.
But even if you're not using the yolks immediately, don't throw them, freeze them. You can use them direct from frozen to enrich hot sauces, or defrost them to make a homemade mayonnaise. Dip the chicken in the flour mix, egg white and cornflakes, and then fry them.
Don't overcrowd the pan, otherwise the temperature drops.
And I've also found a pack of couscous in the cupboard that can be brought to life with salad, parsley and mixed beans.
Hang on a moment. I would have thought of pomegranate as a luxury item.
It's considered a luxury item, but we're not going to use a lot.
The pomegranate costs £1, but we're only using 20p worth. The rest can be used in salads throughout the week. The same quantity of pre-packed seeds would have cost 63p.
That looks fabulous.
I know, but there's more. I'm combining tinned tuna, sweet corn, spring onions, a bit of flour, those leftover egg yolks, and a touch of water to make little fishy fritters.
And this 2-course Monday night meal, made entirely with food otherwise destined for the bin, came in with change from a £5 at £4.61.
Boom!
And just in time, because the family are on their way back, and they're in for a big surprise. To find Matt and I have been rifling through their kitchen cupboards. And the bin.
guys.
Welcome home.
Hello. Come in.
Oh, good afternoon.
Amy and Manoj and Harris.
Oh
Amazing.
my God.
I can only apologise for breaking into your house unexpectedly, and I know you were thinking you were going to have to cook, but Matt Tebbutt here has just prepared you this amazing meal. Come and enjoy it.
You're amazing. Oh, I could get used to this.
So that went down well.
I was like, what on earth am I going to make out of some out-of-date broccoli?
And so is the food, apparently.
Absolutely amazing, but so fresh.
That's your couscous mix that you've got in the cupboard. And a few herbs. Parsley, coriander over there, a few beans.
See, I could eat that. I could eat that for, yeah, I could just eat piles of that.
OK, so this meal came in under a £5.
Wow. It's ridiculous for all this food, and it's gorgeous. It is exactly the sort of food that we would love to eat all the time, isn't it?
And it's easily doable.
1 meal down, 4 to go. But Matt, remember, Tuesday night's dinner needs to be even cheaper.
Bring it on.
But now down to some home economics.
How much do you think you spend per week in the supermarket, Manoj?
Probably say between a 70 to 80 mark a week.
I'd say at least 100.
You spend almost £100 more than your estimate, Manoj. You spend over £170 a week.
Right. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
Now they need to realise where they're going wrong before they can start saving money.
What I noticed from rooting through your bin was that there's a lot of salad stuff thrown away. What have you got against lettuce, Amy?
It's complicated. I see them and I think, oh yeah, that's good, we'll use that. So I bring one home, open the veg drawer, and there's already one. So then what I then do is throw the old one out because I've got a fresher one. Or I buy a lot of the bagged salads. Again, once they're open, if you don't use the whole bag, I do tend to find they go quite wet and quite brown.
Absolutely. As soon as you cut into a vegetable, you're exposing it to the air. So suddenly that vegetable is going to go off for a lot quicker. But in terms of use-by dates on veg, I mean, in my world, that's ridiculous.
On Save Money Good Food, we want to help you slash your food bills without sacrificing taste or nutrition. Super cheap food may be the answer. Low-cost supermarket brands and rock-bottom price food from discount stores where increasing numbers of us are shopping. But many of us fear that feeding our families cheap food means giving up on taste and quality. A whopping 40% of you think super cheap food doesn't taste as good as the more expensive alternatives. So is that true, or just good old-fashioned food snobbery? To find out, I've invited two super foodies, The Observer's food critic Jay Rayner and MasterChef guest judge Tracy McLeod, to one of London's top restaurants to taste test some of the nation's favourite foods. But what I haven't told them is that their prestigious palates will be exclusively sampling super cheap foods. We've chosen two of the most popular staples from Britain's shopping baskets and an increasingly popular luxury item.
We want your expert opinion on tastes because, frankly, what you don't know about the taste of food isn't worth knowing. So, let's have a look.
Oh, you're spoiling us.
The current brand leader of cornflakes is Kellogg's, selling at £1.75 a box. All our cornflakes cost under 40p. But just because they're super cheap, does that mean they're all sacrificing flavour? And crucially, which of these three brands tastes the best? First up is Morrison's Savers cornflakes, which sell at 38p.
The job's very glamorous.
Yeah.
Cornflakes hit the British breakfast table in 1922 and have continued to be a staple of the cereal aisle. Product B is Asda Smart Price cornflakes, also at 38p.
I'd be hard-pushed to tell the difference between those two at all, I must say, between A and B.
Exactly the same.
And what will they make of product C, Tesco Everyday Value cornflakes? 1p more expensive.
There's a sweetness, a flavour of corn.
They've got flavour, which the other two didn't have. The other two were pretty much just bulk. These are good.
I wouldn't call A and B actively unpleasant. I'd just call them a bit dull.
Whereas C actually tastes good.
So the winner of the taste test from these three value products is Tesco Everyday Value cornflakes, a penny more expensive than its super cheap rivals, but 80% cheaper than the brand leader. But But what about beans?
School lunches.
Brand leader Heinz is 75p a can, but all ours are 25p or under. Which super cheap bean will reign supreme?
I would like anybody who thinks the job of a food critic is all roast swan to pay attention to this.
Up first for critique is Sainsbury's Basics baked beans at 25p.
That's very sweet. And the beans are mushy, aren't they? They don't have that nice firm bite that you want from a really good baked bean.
Next is Tesco Everyday Value at 24p.
This definitely looks like the most beans per bowl.
There is bite to the beans. There is a balance to the flavour.
The final beans test is from Asda at 23p.
There's a thickness to these.
This is much more of a spoon coating sauce.
Without a doubt, B is my favourite.
Beans B were, to me, the best.
Both Jay and Tracy agreed that Tesco's Everyday Value baked beans were their favourite for taste. Finally, it's smoked salmon.
Now this is more like it.
In recent years, smoked salmon has seen a large increase in popularity and has become an accessible luxury item. Some supermarket brands can be up to £6.99 for 100 grams, but which of our value brands, all under £2.50 for the same amount, do it best? Up first, Aldi at £3.79 a pack.
It's borderline actually chewy, isn't it?
Yeah. I find it a bit slippery, lacking in texture.
Next, Lidl, also at £3.79 a pack.
I must say I like the look of this one. And you can see the sort of the smoke where it's hit the outside of the fish.
Now, I think that's lovely. Firm without being meaty. I could eat a lot of that.
And finally, Tesco's own brand smoked salmon at £4.75 a pack.
It's a worrying shade of orange. I mean, it's, you know, the cast of Towie is what it reminds me of.
This is just like being clobbered over the head with a smoked salmon. I would say B would be the one I would go for if I was actually paying my own money for it.
B is still my favourite, but C has something curious going on.
Forks down, testing over, now to reveal that it was actually super cheap food they've been eating.
Let me tell you the winner of the smoked salmon taste test. Would you like to reveal?
I'm intrigued by this.
It is one of the super cheap stores.
It's Lidl.
It's the Lidl product.
I'm really pleasantly surprised, and it felt like a really good quality product.
Let me cast your mind back to the cornflakes. All three of the cornflakes products that you tried were the cheapest available on the supermarket shelves. The winner of your taste test, Tesco Everyday Value.
But I think it's very reassuring to know that if you can put aside your prejudices about brands, there's very good quality products at a very, very good price.
Let's come to one of our favourite foods, baked beans. So let's reveal which baked beans those are. Tracy? Your winner in the baked beans was Tesco.
I think what this has proved to me is you can get a really, really good product for a fraction of the price.
Which just goes to show that, you know, you need to try these products to work out which is the best.
So it seems that super cheap brands can offer good taste at great prices. But can the same be said for their nutritional value? I'll be finding out later.
Buying super cheap food is one way to save your pennies, but not wasting food is another. And back in Yorkshire, my challenge continues. I'm showing the Thompson Ranas 5 meals, each under a £5, and Tuesday's dinner is next on the menu.
Remember the challenge, Matt? This one needs to be even cheaper than the last.
Got it.
This is the kind of meal that's going to utilise the odds and ends, like this, bit of broccoli that's going out of date, that you don't have to throw away.
Just to clarify, I found that coriander and broccoli in the bin, and now nothing is going to waste, including the stalks.
There's loads of goodness in this, and it's going to taste better in that dish than it is in the bin.
Right, pens at the ready, here we go. Pasta on to boil, followed by the broccoli. Oil in a pan, chop the garlic.
Right, so garlic in.
Chop some chilli, add to the pan, along with the cooked pasta and the broccoli. And then finally, sardines.
Canned fish is good value, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it sits in the cupboard quite happily for upwards of 20 years.
Tinned sardines contain the same levels of omega-3 as fresh, so you can get all the nutritional benefits, but on a budget. 2 cans of these cost us 80p, but it would have been £2.66 for the same quantity of fresh fillets.
For added flavour, Matt's rescued a pack of herbs from the freezer too.
I know you won't believe this, but this was on offer. I think it was about 20p. When it defrosts, it actually looks
good.
pretty good.
And to top it off, here's what you can do with stale bread.
Rather than chucking it out to the birds, what we can do here is what they call pangrattato, which is just breadcrumbs, fried.
Can you freeze that, Matt?
Absolutely, and it will make life a lot easier.
As well as bread, any leftover veg scraps can be frozen in bags and herbs in an ice cube tray. Used straight from the freezer to add flavour to soups, stir-fries and more.
Smells absolutely amazing.
Pretty good, eh? But I'm not finished yet.
There's more money left over to make a really nice fruitcake laced with tea.
We simply soaked raisins from the store cupboard in tea and added to a homemade cake mix to make this amazingly moist fruit tea cake.
But surely all of this can't be cheaper than the last feast?
How much do you think it cost?
£4.50.
Well, there's your change. Boom!
For both courses.
Yes, exactly.
All the ingredients cost £3.55. It's more than £1 cheaper than the previous feast, and this bargain banquet saved us a trip to the bin. Well done, Matt.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that your kids are still eating the spaghetti while we're chowing down on the cake.
Whatever the cost, we all want our kids to eat healthy, nutritious food. But 25% of us are worried about what's in bargain brands. So I really need to discover how they measure up when it comes to nutrition. I'm meeting with nutritionist Claire Baisley to find out what lies beneath the packaging.
As a country, we love our baked beans, but what is the nutritional difference between the cheapest brands and the leading brand of baked beans?
So the difference is that you simply get more beans. So these brands have about 44 or 45% beans, and the leading brand has 51% beans. The amount of sugar is very slightly different, so this product has about 24% less sugar than the leading brand, but actually they all only have about 4 or 5 grams per 100 grams, so the differences are really quite small when it comes to sugar or salt.
So when you pay more for the leading brand's baked beans, the main thing you're paying for is beans?
Effectively, yes.
So when it comes to super cheap beans, nutritionally you're getting a very similar product to the market leader, but for a third of the price. And Asda's own brand has 24% less sugar. But what about cornflakes?
Here are the 3 cheapest options and the leading brand of cornflakes. Nutritionally, what are we getting from the brand that we're not getting from the super cheap versions?
In some of the super cheap versions, you've actually got less salt and sugar than the branded version. So if you're looking to have lower salt and sugar in your diet, which most of us would be, then these cornflakes offer the lowest salt and sugar levels, less than half of the branded cornflakes. But it's important to say that none of these cereals are high in salt and sugar, and in fact, even the branded cereal contributes only 3% towards your daily sugar requirements.
Nutritionally, there is no need to worry about filling your bowl with super cheap cornflakes. They cost almost 80% less than the market leader, and Morrison's own brand has ever so slightly the least sugar and salt. But what about fresh ingredients, like smoked salmon?
All of the supermarkets offer a lower cost farmed smoked salmon. And of those, we're comparing the priciest with the 3 cheapest. What are the differences?
The major difference really is the fat content. So the Tesco product has about half the fat of the Lidl product. But this is really just natural variation between the different farms that the fish have come from. From a fat point of view, it's just really how much the fish has eaten, how active it was, for example. These are good, healthy fats. All salmon is a source of omega-3, which is known to be very heart healthy.
And for smoked salmon, there is also no need to worry about the nutritional value. And the cheapest of the super cheap at £3.79 for 200 grams, they're more than half the price of the average Big Four supermarket's most expensive salmon. So you don't have to be concerned about the nutrition in these super cheap brands. In fact, they all have very similar sugar and fat content compared to their market leader. Whether you decide to buy super cheap food really just comes down to taste. Tonight, Matt and I are in Yorkshire, showing Amy and Manoj how to feed their family well without breaking the bank.
Oh, good afternoon. I've accepted the challenge of showing them 5 meals for under a £5.
Monday's delicious crispy Cajun chicken dish was made from ingredients that were destined for the bin. Tuesday's cheap but nutritious meal was sardine spaghetti with pan grattata and fruit tea cake.
But Susanna's made it even more difficult, of course, and wants each meal to be cheaper than the last.
For their final 3 meals, including a spectacular Friday night feast of an Indian curry, we're sending the family shopping. But we've got a little challenge for them too.
This is a family that spends over £170 a week on food and doesn't even know what's in their cupboards. So for less than a £5 a meal, will they come in under budget? It's 15 quid. Obviously you know what's in your store cupboards now. Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what to get. There you go. Go shopping wisely.
Wow.
Let's go. Come on. Well, we might as well check out the reduced section, aren't we? Look at these. Oh, they sound sun-soaked cherry tomatoes. They sound lovely.
Use those.
Yeah,
Done.
I'll get them.
That's done.
Sun-dried tomatoes in a packet. Anything in a packet is going to be more expensive. Now, these cost £1.40 even after they were reduced. But for their Indian curry, they could get tin tomatoes for just 30 pence.
Come on, let's get some cauliflower.
Oh,
Onions,
what's
onions.
here?
We need onions.
No, but...
I'm just thinking, do we get the
Got any
chopped?
chopped?
No, 4 times more expensive.
Should we get some loose?
Get a couple of them.
Yeah, how can you find me get a bag?
Good save, Manoj. 2 loose onions at 24 pence.
Basil, 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 basil. Ah, there you go, Harris.
I think it's better when you buy them living because
That smells nice.
then they keep going because it's reduced.
This is when special offers work, when it's on the list. £1 down from £1.25. Living basil will last so long as you keep it watered and in the sun, whereas a packed bunch will only last a few days.
I think
Is there any vegetables?
Yeah, I think
Cauliflower.
cauliflower.
They also bought other loose veg and fruit at the lowest prices. Cauliflower for £1, carrots for 11p, and rather a lot of bananas for 94 pence. Looks like they've been paying attention.
They'll do, won't they?
Or maybe not. So I've just spotted the family buying 2 packs of chicken. They've got heaps of chicken in their fridge and their freezer.
Quality.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, this is a customer announcement. Could the Thompson Rana family please step away from the trolley? That's the Thompson Rana family, please step away from the trolley.
Budget blown. Problem is, they still have no idea what they already have in the kitchen. But I do. So we've got some very nice free-range chicken. Have you got it at home?
I've got chicken in the freezer.
I know you have. After a little reminding, the family are now shopping smart. But it's not just about thrifty purchases. If you store your food correctly, it'll last even longer.
The bottom shelf is perfect for any fresh meat. The middle shelf is great for any leftovers or cooked meats. And then the top shelf, because the top of your fridge tends to be a little bit warmer, is perfect for things like yoghurt, any butter, any dairy, cheese, things like that. And of course, the bottom drawers, great place to put your fruit and vegetables.
With our help, Amy and Manoj are now on their way to becoming savvy shoppers. The shopping for their final 3 meals, including the Indian banquet ingredients, came in at £11.42.
Yay! I can't believe we've done that. There you go.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
£11.42.
And I'm confident that with the items I can forage from their kitchen, I can bring them in under their £15 budget.
We're nearly halfway through our 5 meals for under a £5. And when it comes to midweek meals, a third of us admit we lack inspiration, and a quarter of us complain that we lack time. Will Matt's next 2 dishes address these issues and be even cheaper than the meals he's dished up so far?
Absolutely. To beat that midweek slump, I've got 2 quick and nutritious meals for the family, each under a £5. On Wednesday, why not try a simple cheese and chorizo frittata? Fry the onions, add chorizo, red pepper, and grated broccoli stalks. Cook over a medium heat. Add spinach, beat the eggs, and pour in the pan. Draw in the egg as you cook, just like an omelette. Scatter with cheese, and then grill.
This dish comes in at only £3.32 and it's super speedy, taking only 5 minutes to prepare.
Think I've peaked at £3.32? Think again. For a thrifty Thursday, how about a comforting chicken and chorizo risotto supper? Fry chorizo and leeks, add rice, chopped basil, a bay leaf and saffron. Pour in chicken stock and bring to the boil. Cover and cook in the oven for 15 minutes. Stir through the raw chicken and return to the oven for another 15 minutes.
And at an unbelievable £2.54, Matt smashed his target and delivered us a satisfying family meal on a shoestring.
2 great tasting meals that can be cooked simply and both under a £5.
I wasn't sure the boy had it in him.
Boom! As much as I love saving families money on their food, what really motivates me is that I hate waste. UK households needlessly throw £12.5 billion worth of edible food away every year. That's an appalling £700 per family annually.
Now, as a chef, I get really upset about waste. Things like sell-by dates, best before dates, they all create waste. However, there's a place in Leeds called the Share House, which is getting a big gold star from me.
It's the UK's first waste supermarket and cafe, a 7,000 square foot warehouse stocked full of unwanted food from big supermarkets, local restaurants and businesses. It's the ultimate in super cheap shopping because there are no price tags.
You save yourself a fortune. I think if I lived near it, I'd come more often.
In return for food, you donate money, time or skills. This initiative was set up by trained chef Adam Smith, who is so passionate about reducing food waste, he decided to do something about it. The warehouse receives up to 10 tons of food every day, including fresh meat donated from restaurants.
So what's this here then?
This is chicken from Nando's.
Really?
So Nando's.
Why do they freeze it then?
Well, it means it's safer for us to intercept it.
So they freeze it solely
for
to
us.
Give to you?
Yes, they already have the freezer there.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything different. All they're doing is taking the chicken and getting the staff to put it into the freezer so that we can go collect it. If they can do it, in one of the biggest companies, there's no reason why other companies and supermarkets shouldn't be doing it.
Around 500,000 tonnes of meat is thrown away every year, but you can freeze meat that's approaching its use-by date for up to 3 months before eating it. Just make sure you thoroughly defrost it and cook it until it's piping hot. But some of the most surprising items on the shelves are ones that could literally last for years.
This is very trendy, eh?
This is expensive.
Coconut vinegar?
Very expensive.
So why is that here? Because vinegar doesn't go off.
It may have gone past its best before.
Unlike use-by dates, best before dates are a guide to ensure quality. They appear on items such as tinned or dried goods and can last for months, sometimes years.
Mustard?
Mustard. The lid hasn't broken, the sugar's in there, it's mustard.
I mean, this is kind of like deli stuff. Truffle paste?
Truffle paste.
This is not what I was expecting to find here.
No.
Remarkably, Adam's not just selling food waste, he's cooking with it too, serving restaurant-quality meals in over 100 cafes worldwide. Every dish is made exclusively from ingredients that would otherwise be thrown away. What I love is that the chefs don't turn away food simply because it's past its sell-by date. They use their own judgment.
Now, I like to think I've got a pretty good nose for telling whether food is going off or not. But if you're unsure, there's this new device on the market called the food sniffer. Now, this will actually tell you whether food is off. Now, I'm going to go in here and put this sniffer up against my sniffer, see what happens. What we've determined is, by and large, a lot of people are losing their own instincts when it comes to food. You've got a whole range of food which some of it's out of date, and yet you're still serving it.
Yep.
So what are you relying on?
Common sense.
Okay.
Sniffing it, smelling it, tasting it. The chefs will taste it. We'll do everything according to environmental health guidelines in order to make sure that we handle this food safely.
Okay. So this rump steak, now this is saying it went off 2 days ago. I know, you know, this could hang around for weeks in a fridge, quite happily. But to the consumer, that's out of date. That's got to go in the bin. So let's see what our food sniffer makes of it. Sniff away, food sniffer.
The food sniffer is on the market for £100. It's designed to test beef, pork, chicken and fish and links to an app that tells you if it's safe to eat or not. And then if it's all right, how long you're going to need to cook it for.
So this machine is telling us that you need to cook it well. And that's because it's got that slight kind of bag smell to it.
Yeah. Chemical smell that it's been.
Now, if I wasn't a chef, I'd probably turn my nose up at that. Or if that smell was associated with chicken or pork or something like that, you'd probably put it in the bin, wouldn't you?
Our instincts tell us if food is off or not.
Should we eat it?
Definitely.
Let's eat it. Cook it. I'm all about reducing food waste, so I love what Adam is doing with his waste food cafes and supermarket. So it's fun. Kind of the crux of the food waste issue.
Yeah, massively, yeah.
Perfectly good meat like that getting chucked away.
Yep.
To save your money and the planet, here are some simple ways to waste less and help your food last longer. If you're only using half an avocado, brush the unused half with olive oil or some lemon juice to stop it browning. Leftover yogurt could be added in place of milk to cake mixes. Store cottage cheese upside down in the fridge to keep it fresh for longer. Turning it upside down creates a vacuum effect, stopping bacteria, which makes it go bad.
The super cheap food industry has taken Britain by storm, with 1 in every £8 spent on groceries in the UK now ringing through the tills at discount stores Aldi and Lidl. And as we try to cut costs while still feeding our families delicious, nutritious food, it seems that own brand is no longer the poor relation. But 32% of you still don't trust it. So, to address those concerns and find out more, I'm meeting with Hussein Lalani, who made his fortune in budget retail. He's agreed to lift the lid on the secrets of the super cheap discount industry. What is the secret behind the stores that sell the food at rock bottom prices managing to do that?
So that goes back to economies of scale. So your typical high street supermarket will stock up to 50,000 different products. Whereas if you go to one of your discount supermarkets, they will stock maybe 5,000 products. Instead of having, let's say, 10 different types of olive oil, they will have 2 types. And how does that help them pass on a discount is they can say, no, we need 1 million bottles of this type of olive oil and negotiate the best price possible.
One thing I've noticed is that a number of these rock bottom super cheap products look very much like their premium brand competitors. Is that not a bit cheeky?
It certainly is a bit cheeky. They're making so much savings by creating these products. They have a little allowance in their budget for legal fees they may incur. You know, the name is very similar. Activia Active. The packaging, similar shade of green. In fact, it's not just the discount supermarkets. Even your big high street supermarkets have also done this as well.
When you buy super cheap, are you getting lower quality ingredients?
If you look at these budget shortbread biscuits, you can see they're half butter, half margarine. The premium branded one is all butter. It's up to the customer. What do they want? Do they want that real buttery taste, or are they more interested in saving a few pence in their pocket?
And the best way for the shopper to work this out is not just to look at the price, but to look at the ingredients as well.
Always. You've got to look at the ingredients, because then you actually know what you're getting for your money.
Apart from price, are there other ways that super cheap shoppers could be benefiting? For instance, on the ingredients they're getting?
Yes, actually, in some instances. So, for example, if we look at these 2 ketchups, now, tomato is obviously the main ingredient in ketchup. So with the branded one, they have 148 grams of tomatoes to make up 100 grams of ketchup, whereas the discount supermarket uses 178 grams. So this has a higher tomato content.
But it's significantly lower price.
It could be up to 50% cheaper than your branded products. So cheap doesn't necessarily mean worse quality.
To get the best value out of super cheap food, always read the label and check the ingredients, as when it comes to quality, it's not always the case that you get what you pay for. If you're clever, you could get more than you bargain for.
Back in Yorkshire, it's Friday night, and for 40% of you, that means treat night. And if you're anything like the Thompson Ranas, that's a lot of money spent on takeaways.
In fact, the average spend is around £600 a year per person. So it's time for Matt's biggest challenge yet.
I'm going to really push the boat out and show the family how to serve up a Friday night feast for under a £5.
And apparently you're thinking of 5 dishes.
For the Friday night family feast, we're going to cook 5 dishes for under a £5.
That's right, an entire Indian banquet takeaway, which usually cost Amy and Manoj 40 quid. Fragrant curry, dal, roasted cauliflower, chapatis and a dessert for around 10% of what they would usually pay. And all they have to do is cook it.
Get cracking.
You should have bought the diced ones.
You can't buy diced onions anymore.
One loose onion for the curry at a cost of 7p.
And Amy, did you know you can keep onions in your tights? Fact.
Not while you're wearing them.
Not while you're wearing them, obviously, that would be ridiculous. It keeps them dry and they're able to breathe. And it can prolong their life for up to 6 months.
6 months?
Yes.
It's true, but make sure you use a clean pair.
Manoj, can you get some garlic? Let's have about 4 cloves of garlic.
Pork shoulder is great for slow cooking, and at around £3 a kilo, it's one of the cheapest cuts you can buy.
Perfect. That's really good. All right, that's probably enough.
Fry onions and garlic and a pinch of salt.
3 of those, 4 of those. Be generous.
Add just a touch of cumin.
Wow, all that cumin.
Cloves, garam masala, cinnamon and coriander. And then chilli, tin tomatoes and a stock cube go into the pan.
Do you like to be a chef, Harris?
No way.
No way, exactly. Get a proper job.
Finally, the chopped pork.
Bring it up to the boil, turn it right down to a slow simmer, and then it should take, hopefully, about an hour. Go on.
Meanwhile, Maisie and I are having fun with cauliflower.
If we've got a cauliflower which is on the turn, can we still use it?
It depends on how on the turn it is. If you wanted to perk it up, then you just put it into some ice water.
Tip alert, green and leafy veg can be refreshed in ice water for 30 minutes. Sad-looking broccoli, trim off the stalk, place in water and watch it magically revive overnight.
Now, chuck those in the oven.
We also made our own chapatis with flour and water, a saving of just under £2 compared with buying pre-made.
Sorry.
And a dal, using the same base as the curry, but lentils instead of meat. And we're done. An entire Indian banquet, but what was the cost?
Wow, that looks amazing.
This looks delicious.
Yum, yum, right.
Fragrant pork shoulder curry, taka dal, no fuss chapatis and spiced roasted cauliflower.
Thank you very much.
And there was even money left to make a dessert of roasted bananas with decadent chocolate and pomegranate seeds.
Shall I give Mummy some?
With this much food, there is plenty to go round. So we invited Grandma as well.
Grandma, when you look at this meal, how much do you imagine it cost?
15, 12, 15 pounds. Yeah?
5. £5.
All of it?
All of it.
No.
Yes. That's why we're here.
I know, we were really shocked as well. I know.
The feast came in at an impressive £5 for 5 dishes. Matt and the family really pushed the boundaries with this one.
Boom!
Wow.
Just good shopping.
I'm really, really surprised. And it's delicious.
Have you enjoyed it?
I think it's been so much fun because we've had a chance to cook together as a family. We don't normally do that.
Here are your Thompson Rana family recipe books.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
That's
wow.
no excuse. Do you want one?
Yeah,
you have one, Maisie.
cookbook.
There you go. You can have that when you can read.
Oh, this is what we
Everything
had.
under a £5. Some of them like
Cajun
two,
cornflakes.
2.5 quid.
5 meals for 5 days for under £5. Monday, crispy Cajun chicken with sweet corn and tuna fritters. Tuesday, sardine spaghetti with pan grattata and fruit tea cake. Wednesday, cheese and chorizo frittata. Thursday, chicken and saffron risotto. Friday, a feast of an Indian banquet.
If you keep eating and shopping like this and cut down on food waste, you could save almost £4,000.
Wow. Right.
Look at his face.
I'm just overwhelmed by the cost. We're taking so many things away from this opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Things that we genuinely will change about the way that we eat and cook and shop.
It's been fantastic to learn from Matt how we can shop and plan better. Everyone can save that money.
I can tell you've loved it.
Sleep.
That's what all dads think they can do, isn't it?